Hey friends, welcome back. It is Friday, so that means you're here for episode 5 of...
Property Pulse.
So first on our list is going to be the Federal Reserve met this past week, and will it be like Groundhog Day? Is it going to be a prediction of more winter, or is an early spring coming? We'll find out here shortly. What else do we have?
We also have short-term rentals in Tuolumne County. There's something that has changed, so if you have a short-term rental, stay tuned.
Then we're lastly going to dive into some market statistics from the California Association of Realtors for the month of January 2024.
As well as snowpack in the area and some local events, including some events centered around our election coming up.
Stay tuned. This is the Property Pulse. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve had their monthly meeting to discuss where the economy is going and where it's facing. At this point, they are not planning to cut back rates or increase rates at this point. So they're planning to stay the course. They feel that the rate increases that had happened so frequently and so drastically in the year 2023, actually end of 2022 into 2023, is kind of curbing the appetite of our spending. And they're still trying to achieve that 2% inflation across the board. We're sitting a little bit above it based on their report, but they're a strong commitment to stay at 2%. And another reason they're looking at not necessarily cutting rates at this point is because they're still concerned that there may be inflation at foot. Biggest takeaways, job gains have moderate increases, but have remained strong. So there's not a lot of job loss happening. So unemployment rates are staying low, which is one of the key factors when they look at for a recession. Is if an unemployment goes down and spending goes down, then we're looking at a recession through the GDP. And they're saying that inflation has eased over the past year, but still remains elevated. So that's where their decision of not cutting rates at this point going forward is going to stay the course. Now, it's not to say that they won't cut rates in the future, because their December meeting, they actually stated that they were going to plan to cut rates 2 or 3 times in the coming year. And there's been a lot of economists that have been predicting that, as far as how it affects the real estate sector, we might see interest rates into the high 5s by the end of the year. At this point, we're hoping for that still, but there are updated models that are still saying that we might be sitting around, 6 to 6.5 by the end of the year. So, maybe 2025 will be hit that 5% mark, and we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it right now, how as it pertains to our real estate sector and what that really kind of means for us moving forward.
Awesome. And we'll definitely link down below Jerome Powell's speech that he gave so that you can watch it if you want. While you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Or share and comment.
Also share and comment. We appreciate it. So getting a little bit closer to home, Tuolumne County Board of Supervisors has approved an ordinance. If you have a short-term rental, Airbnb, anything like that, as of January 19th, you need to have a fire inspection. So Tuolumne County Fire Department Fire and Life Safety Inspection. So you will have your TOT statements mailed, and you have within 45 days of getting that statement. So they say it goes out the beginning of February.
Real quick, I'm going to interject. For those that don't know what TOT stands for, it's a transient occupancy tax. So any resort, hotel, vacation, essentially facility has to pay this tax to the county to operate that business in the county.
Yeah. So you have within 45 days of getting that, you need to have at least scheduled your inspection. And for that, you just need to call Tuolumne County Fire Prevention Division. And if you want more information on that, we would be happy to get that for you.
Okay. Go ahead and read what it says right there about short-term rentals encompassing various structures, including all the things there. Right here.
Okay, so short-term rentals encompass various structures, including single-family dwellings, secondary dwelling units, studios, and more, rented for lodging between 1 and 30 days.
So that means also that affects those of you that have a rental that may have a traveling nurse or traveling medical facility or traveling whatever that company may be that's renting for 30 days or less. This qualifies and it pertains to you as well. And this is countywide.
And also you have to have smoke alarms are required in each bedroom on every level, including basement and all attics that are habitable. Carbon monoxide alarms must be installed outside each bedroom where fuel-fired appliances are present. Additionally, each unit must have a fire extinguisher, visible address identification, and adhere to defensible space requirements.
We'll have a link to defensible space requirements below, so if you don't know what that may mean for your property, you can take a look at it through CAL FIRE's website and determine what you need to do to get that in order.
Yeah, absolutely. So going from there, I'm going to California.
We'll just touch on real quick, just state data. Next week, I'll pull together some market data locally. As we just ended the month, some things haven't been reported yet, so I'll have a monthly update for Tuolumne County specifically. But from the state, they had just released, not from the state specifically, but from the state association, the California Association of Realtors, the market in January 2024, they're reporting 309 sales closed per day on average statewide, 493 pending sales per day, and then 515 new listings per day. The pending sales, new listings, so 493 to 515 new coming on. That's only 22 units in difference. This is why we have a housing supply issue, is because there's still a massive amount of demand, and it's also part of the reason why the Fed isn't looking at cutting back rates, because they don't mind if the prices are high, because they don't want people to be spending money because of this just going to continue to increase prices across the board for us. That being said, like I said, there's still demand. If you've been thinking about buying or selling, there is demand out there. As long as you price correctly and you're realistic about your price and where the market is sitting, 60, 90 days from now, you could be finding yourself selling your home and finding a new place for yourself. With that, though, our 30-year fixed mortgage rate has actually changed quite a bit over the last week. We ended last week at 6.9. And we got all the way down to 6.63 yesterday, and now we're back to 6.92. So you're going to see that fluctuation, as I mentioned earlier, with the Fed not cutting the rates. It may creep a little bit back over 7. It may creep down. There are lending programs that do allow you to buy down your points. Definitely talk to your lender to see if it's the right program for you, because it's, you may hear someone say, well, I'm getting quoted 7.5 for my rate, and then somebody else is quoting 7% or 6.5 or 5.5. Well, all those things come with stipulations. So like I said, talk to your local lender to determine if that's the right option for you moving forward. Lastly on that, we'll move into one other thing that I wanted to mention that I saw that was quite interesting is our snowpack here in the area, as we're getting bombarded with some rainstorms here for the next 6 to 7 days. Our snowpack is quite off pace for the beginning of the month of February. So just to give you a quick hint here, the snowpack depth going back to 2021 at this same time in 2021 was 63 inches. Moving into 2022, it was 48.5 inches. Moving into last year, we were at a whopping 85.5 inches. This year, we're at a measly 29 inches. So we're way off pace for where we should be. 48 feet is not that much, but still it's a good place to be. So we're way off. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to affect us in the later years. Temperature wise, fire risk, all that stuff. I know there's been a lot of fire mitigation around the forest. But when we get this, not this great level of snowpack, which means less water, as we're going to be looking at water conservation as the later the year. So it'll just be something to keep an eye on, and we'll see what happens as we move forward.
Well, and definitely that would be going into the spring, making sure that your property is prepared for fire, that there's not brush around or anything.
And also just be prepared for your own home and safety of your family to make sure you guys are ready should a fire break out. I know it's still February and it doesn't look like we should be talking about wildfire, but it's still something to be prepared for no matter what time of the year it is.
So just to close this out, we have a couple of local events we wanted to just highlight. One of them is this weekend, or tomorrow actually, Dodge Ridge is having a Boarding for Breast Cancer event. It is a fundraiser, and if you wear pink, then you get a discount, I think. We'll link down below to Dodge Ridge's website with all the information. And they're having a poker run from 12 to 2.
$25, it looks like a donation to kind of traverse the mountain, collecting certain cards and go from there. And there's going to be raffles and just a fun day all around. So, and tomorrow is actually not supposed to be snowing or raining. So hopefully it'll be a great day for everybody to be up there and have fun and be safe.
Yeah. And there's also a couple of candidate forums. One of them, the first one starts tonight. And that is going to be the League of Women Voters is hosting the first of 3 candidate forums from 6 to 7 o'clock tonight in the Tuolumne County Board of Supervisors chamber. And that will be for the Sonora City Council candidates.
Correct.
And then after that, we have, there's one on the radio tomorrow, from 6 p.m. That is so the last one is actually next Tuesday, February 6th. It's hosted by the Tuolumne County Farm Bureau at the Sonora Elks Lodge. And it'll be for all candidates for Tuolumne County Supervisor Districts 1, 4, and 5, and the 4 candidates of the 4 candidates for the Sonora City Councils. So that should be an interesting event. So as we head into our weekend, into showing houses and enjoying our beautiful weather up here, we hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And if you have any questions about your real estate needs, we would love to help you buying or selling or just overall just asking.
We're just a message away, so don't hesitate to reach out. This has been your Property Pulse. We'll talk to you next week. Not realtors, it's realtors. You said realtors.
And?
Realtors. It sounds stupid, but when you say realtors, people are going to notice it. Trust me.
Only realtors are going to notice that.
Yeah, and that's who's watching it right now, so.
No, that's not true.
Uh-huh. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 5 of...
Can we do that one more time? DAR, which is the California Association of Realtors, data, and...
Don't think I didn't see you. Look, just look at the camera. Realtors.
Realtors.
Yeah, but you looked at me like... Okay.
I think you need to say that one.
I'm going to start with this one here, okay? I'll